Hello. Good morning. We are no longer the citizen sleepers. We are now a citizen awake. Good morning. Hold on. I need to drink a bit more of my coffee so I can be less of a sleeper. Also, hello parentheses. What's up? She had her breakfast. She's hyper now. But yes, today I'm going to check out Citizen Sleeper. This is another game I've had for a long time and I just haven't played yet. Streaming is good for your backlog if you have smaller games in your backlog, because you're like, oh, what do I stream? Oh, I have never played this. I should stream it. And then you stream it, and then you actually play the game instead of just never playing it. Anyways, I remember hearing people talk about this game on a podcast, and it sounded really good. And since that time, I have forgotten almost everything they said about it, other than that it was good. So I don't really know what we're getting into. I think there's a lot of good art. Also, I'm going to move you down here because we have space. Will I have a proper stream overlay one day? Who knows? But yeah, I think all I really know is that it looks like there's cool art, and I think there's a lot of text. So time to read a lot. Yippee! Thank you, Backlogs, for the endless stream ideas. Really, most of my streams are just doing my backlog, whether it's Gunpla or games. But yeah. Ooh! The sequel got announced. Cool. We're going to play this one. Citizen Sleeper 2 announced, though. Cool. I guess we have a new game. Ew. I wonder if this is the same. The art really reminds me of, if you've heard of Lancer before, it is a tabletop RPG about mechs. And the art really kind of reminds me of Lancer. I wonder if it's the same person. So we can be an extractor, an operator, or a machinist. Okay, well, let's look at these one by one. Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems. How's the gameplay like in this one? I have no idea. I think it's very tabletop-y, but I am actually not sure. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. So you get a plus for engineer, and then you get a minus for engage. Can be an operator who works with drones and high precision remote machines. Cerebral and precise people. We lose endure and we gain interface. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in vacuum environments. Confident, self-sufficient, have a high level of endurance. We gain endure and we lose into it. What if we... I mean... I don't know which one I want to be. Usually when I play an RPG, I have to kind of decide how I want my character to be in advance. And I don't mean that stat-wise. I mean, like, how I'm gonna RP them. What kind of person? I don't even really... The problem is I don't know anything about this game, so I can't really make an opinion on that yet. Maybe let's be an operator. We can use drones. We can use interfaces. We're kind of weak. That sounds fun. Hi, parentheses. Oh, wow, this is very Disco Elysium. But without voice acting, sadness. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, and to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Wow, yeah, this is very Disco. Should we... Let's forget about that. Listen, having a flesh body sounds lame. You resist nostalgia. It is pointless, especially now. This is the moment to reach out, not curl inwards. This is your moment of escape, even if it feels immediately like you traded one prison for another smaller, colder, lifeless... Oh, for another semicolon. Smaller, colder, lifeless. Whoops. Reach out. You almost laugh, or you would if there was room, or even air to do so. The walls of the container are immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. They made Disco too. I think this game's pretty old, but I think it is after Disco. I don't really remember the timeline. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Okay, so we're all fucked up right now. What's the plan? You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited, and once you got the itch to get out, by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, and then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid before you reach any destination. Okay, so... I guess what I'm gathering is we escaped some kind of mining facility, and we're a stowaway. And maybe we put our mind in like a robot body as part of that? Or a cyborg? Seems cool. Let's try to rest a bit. But I'm restless! It's been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You're dully aware of damage to your legs and your right arm. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You've spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. Feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It's time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Ooh! Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Oh. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere. Screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light. White as the cold. Softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. Uh-oh, they found us. You're out. Ew. Dragos, pragmatic salvager. Oh, look at this guy. Grandpa. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You're surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. "So, sleeper, you all thawed yet?" That's what he sounds like because he's old. "Almost." "Never seen one of you come in like this? New frames must have better perseverance than Sub-Zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. Oh, they weren't so lucky." Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. "Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. Well, they didn't last long." You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. So what happened to them? Why they not last long? Oh, he ignores your question. "I won't ask what led you to do it. Sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property." Okay. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You're no longer that person, and you are an offshoot, a copy. Oh. So we got Soma'd. Me whenever there's copying of minds going on. Oh, so it's like Soma. What you don't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. And there's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then no one can. Okay. So it kind of seems like maybe we sold ourselves to a corporation and then they make essentially like Blade Runner replicants, but with like brain scans of those people. That's messed up. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. Yeah. So we're like a Blade Runner. Not a Blade Runner. A replicant from Blade Runner. I'm not gonna pull a fucking Elon Musk and be like, man, this looks like a car Blade Runner would drive. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been, and how long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. Eye is the best place you could be right now. The Eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. He impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as a storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Oh, sick. Thanks, man. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. All right, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on a resting Hulk. Plasma flashes, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Wow, what a nice dude. Tutorial! Welcome to Erland's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay. Is this like Persona 3 Portable meets Disco Elysium? Could be. Empty container. Let's end the cycle. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know, after all. After all this, what matters? Escape, getting answers, or building a life. I feel like it's either escape or building a life. Should our character be more, like, instinctual, or should they be an idealist? Let's just say escape. The colony, your indentured service, that's in the past now. No point digging through the fragments. You need a path ahead, a way of keeping this failing body going. If you can keep yourself alive, perhaps you can find a way off this station and out of this system for good. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Okay, so we still have to, like, eat and drink. So we are like a replicant. More so than, like, a total robot. I hope Blade Runners don't exist. Ooh! Tutorials. Okay. Condition represents current state of your artificial body. Depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. Cool. If it empties, you will suffer a breakdown. Yippee! You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you are no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals. Okay. And that is the health bar at the top. Action dice. This is really tabletop-y. This could be like a tabletop game, I feel like. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. They can be used to perform actions on the station. Number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you've used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them. Okay, so that's interesting. So you roll your dice at the start of the day, and then when you do stuff, you're like, well, which one do I want to use? Okay. You also need to eat to survive, represented by my energy bar down here. Oh, I don't have a lot of energy. Depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you'll be starving. Okay, so if I have to eat this cycle or I'm going to start starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate. Okay. Alrighty, so let's leave our little house. We need to find some food. Oh, cryptocurrency. We have no money. Dragos is standing in the corner when you close up the container. Still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Not very good. Drone chirps, and he nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you... No, I appreciate it, dude. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? What's up, what's up? Hi, DN. Yeah. Let's work. All right, then. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. Obviously, I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you churn up. Is this the new game Cyberpunk? No, it's Citizen Sleeper. It's like Disco Elysium, but we're a replicant. That's what I'm getting from it so far. Slip you a few chits. What are those? These. Pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. Okay. Yeah! Rosebud. Man, I watched Citizen Kane a while ago, because it was like, it's a classic movie, right? I was like, oh, I should see this. So I watched it, and there's this scene where he has, like, a breakdown and just trashes his room. And it's meant to be dramatic, but it's kind of funny because it goes on for so long. Like, at first you're like, oh, whoa, he's really flipping out. And then you're like, man, he just keeps going. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can and sleep as well. I've only seen like a minute of it. Didn't expect it to look so... Yeah, it's aged a lot. It's definitely not timeless, I don't think. Things being the way that they are for me at the yard needs the help. All right, yeah, honestly, you're giving me somewhere to live. I'm happy to help. Okay. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresh. There's plenty to do. Okie dokie. So, we can just head to the yard for now. Oh, man. Okay, there's a lot more mechanics than Disco Elysium. Yeah, it's interesting. They've got kind of 3D assets for the map, and then all the character portraits are art. There's a lot of text, yeah. Honestly, it feels a lot like they took a concept for a tabletop game and they made it a single-player video game, which is still cool. Perform an action. You click and drag your dice. Okay. Actions are rewarded with cloak progress, energy, condition, or items, depending on their outcome. It can be positive, neutral, or negative. Okay, so a crit is... Oh, and then there's pluses or minuses based on our thing. Right. CRPG, yeah. Simulating the No Friends tabletop experience. Exactly. So that's half-half. Oh, okay, this is just showing what it is in how much the dice are, I think. We'll figure it out. Whoa! Repeatable actions. Critical or repeatable. Oh, this is like Disco's red checks. Okay. I'm gonna be relating everything to Disco Elysium. I'm sorry, makers of Citizen Sleeper. I know there's a lot going on here that's different, but it's how I remember things. Risk. Okay, having the risk is good to know. The skill and then the modifier. Okay, these are things we can actually do. So we can help dissect the hull, which is risky. Debt called in. Dragos is tied in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get nasty. Back in business. Manual salvage. Oh, that is safe, but it's endure, which we're bad at. Let's do... Oh, that's bad, actually. Because risky... Let's try this. Let's just see what happens. If we die, we die. Tutorials. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is going to happen. Some clocks, such as the ones tracking his debt, are cycle clocks. They tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clock. Okay. Negative outcome. Okay, well that was bad. We're like really fucked up now. I guess we have to use our good dice on this then. You will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself in the world. Guide you in pursuing specific objectives. Okay. And you're now free to explore. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Fill clocks, and then end the cycle. The other thing I've heard about this is I think it's a little like roguelike-y. Like you can kind of get in and start going pretty fast once you know how it works, but also it's quite easy to just die. Okay. We have some money now, and I'm like super hungry. So let's see if we can find a doctor. Oh, damn, this place is big. Shipyard, Dragos' yard, Dock C4, Rotunda, Dock B2. Oh my god. Okay, let's go to the market for now. Ask for directions is a dangerous action. Okay. And exploring is risky. Wow. Well, all we can really do is, okay. We got some knowledge. If it's risky, do we want to use our shitty dice here? Or should we just go back and sleep? We're not going to be able to find... We're not going to be able to get local knowledge today anyways, because we don't have enough dice for it. I think we're just going to have to go to sleep hungry. Oh! Doctor. Next! You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you're here, you're not so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, flickering light strips, the decaying hab block, they've all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, this body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. Try to find something to distract yourself. Let's look at the enforcer here. The enforcer's looking down the corridor and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He's here to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. Broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops. Subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you're not sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make a note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back. Figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distinct voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside. Room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. For a moment, you're transfixed by the motion. Oh, nice place. Oh! Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure churned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. The figure churns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, they blink, and then they quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed and then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness unmistakably etched across their face. Oh, did they used to be a sleeper? Or did they know us? What's going on there? How long have you been on the station? They asked, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. Well, we kind of already knew that. SNARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames, as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or, in your case, escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNARP remains the sole producer of. Sound familiar? Yeah. Good. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry. And you're unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or for everything else. Yeah, shit sucks, Sabine. Shit sucks. I'm sorry too. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights and no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. I bet they still make them pay taxes, yeah. Hey, you're not considered a person, and you're gonna die from planned obsolescence, but, you know, you're using our roads. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. Stare at their back, willing them to say something. So, stabilizer, though? Like, I know it's illegal, but you can still get it for me, right? May be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They're influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. Okay, so you're a mob doctor. I get it. Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Yay, time to become a criminal. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I can think we can do it. Why do you want to help me? Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine's still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. I wonder if part of their job is like, hey, if any of those sleeper people show up, you get them to work for us. Yeah, they're finally porting Kingdom Hearts to Steam. I know, right? It's crazy. I might have to finally play it. It's funny, I didn't even realize it was on, okay, so this is just a clock. I didn't even realize it was on PC. Apparently it's on the Epic Games Store. Save yourself. You can't stop me. I'm gonna see Donald and Mickey and Riku. Well, maybe let's try... This is safe, so even if we fuck it up, it'll be fine. Even though we fucking suck at enduring things. Oh, hey, we did it. Nice. Oh, never mind. That was negative. You ache from hammering away at the scrap, and most of it crumbles into worthless rust. You call it a day early. They released it on Epic? Was it around the time they ported it to the Switch through cloud? I hadn't heard about that. Honestly, the only time I heard that it was on Epic was after I heard that it was coming to Steam, and everyone was like, it's funny that everyone is acting like this is the PC release because no one uses the Epic Games Store. But yeah, I do kind of want to play Kingdom Hearts because I've only seen clips of it. I've never experienced it. Okay, we're out of actions. We're hungry as fuck, but... Oh, actually, let's see if we can buy money somewhere. Or not buy money. Use our money to buy food. Ooh, steel dock plans. Explore, risky. Talk to the locals, risky. I just have to wait for that. The market. It seems like I haven't explored the market enough to know where to buy food. That's the shipyard. And I need the toll to get to the low end. Okay, time to go to sleep hungry. Yippee! We're starving! Hee hee! Seen a few VNs, but never have I seen a game that screams VN in this game. Yeah! Although, it's like... There's a lot of mechanical systems here as well. Food's overrated. Yeah! We don't need food, we need, fucking obsolescence juice. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions. As you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. What if I touch it? Find a point in the station and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried away with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out and try to grasp them and try to touch them too. Notice a tugging feeling, pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. We're back in the container. Close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind. Yeah, are we like connecting to the station or something? We're starving! Okay, I think we got to explore the market some more so that we can buy food. So let's use... Oh, that's 50-50. We gotta take some risks. 50-50, ask for directions. Let's go! Oh, wow, that fills the whole thing up. End up at a drink stall debating the finer points of the Solheim collapse. You try to remember all the tips your companions offer you. Okay. We have explored. Hardware exchange. Street food! Emphas is busy. His broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front. Actually, I know why the art looks familiar, and I remember why I heard about this game. Because I followed the artist on Tumblr. That's why. Makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red-flecked dressing. Smell is incredible. Watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket. Okay, now we get to find out how much $30 actually is. Is it enough for food? You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. Discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives. Their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Does that mean it's drugs? Well, food is like drugs. You get addicted to it. Earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. I know you. You sleepers. Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Hard life full of a lot of stories. Glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. I'll tell him about my journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion and the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and the dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. Hi, feces. Stop trying to climb on the back of my chair. Come sit on my lap. Sit. Here. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you're unsure where to walk, where to look, and what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. Places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more. He smiles. But next time, you pay. Slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner side and it shuts off. Roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. waves you away, and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glittering pin marks. Oh, these. They're like shiny tattoos. Ooh. Yummy fungus. Hey, we're not starving anymore. What drive did we find? Get to know Emphis, repay Dragos, build a ship mind. Heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core. I assume that these are expensive. Scrap components. Well, I want to help Dragos, so let's go work the salvage for Dragos. Oh, what's the timer here? The Helion crossing. And salvage sortie. Okay, let's go help Dragos. I want to help him out. Also, I want to try and get this filled before this fills. Hey, nice. Neutral. Got money, and then let's put our shitty one here, because we still get stuff even if we fuck up. Negative. Having -1 endure is kind of fucking rough. Okay, but we're not starving anymore. So let's go back to sleep. Hi, baby. You're so cute. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It's clearer and crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Let's focus on the let's focus on the nodes. There's probably less of those. The nodes are glassy bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle, dimensions are difficult, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. Threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to the other. There's so much here, and so many answers, and so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again. You look down again and see 2 lines and 2 threads. What's the first? The first one leads out, away from the station and into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you and hunting you. Following the thread to you, they're in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Oh my god, it's a Blade Runner. Feces! Stop trying to climb on the back of my chair. There's no room on the back of the chair for a kitty cat. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're silly. You're silly. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots over it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. Open your eyes. Okay. So someone on the station is scanning us, and someone outside the station is tracking us. Oh, yeah, look, here, hunted. That's bad. You can now access the data cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. Well, there you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. Okay. So it's basically another map. Ooh. Feces. Stop it. Hold on. My kitty's being silly. Why do you keep going up here? Is it because you want to look out the window back there and look at the birds? Is that it? Come here. You're silly. Havenage agent, keynode, Havenage agent, something. Oh my god, this map is so big. Yet again. I imagine this is a meter of, like, how much the station security is aware of me. Okay, let's be back in the real world for now. We need to eat again. Let's see how much food actually costs. Next cycle, we'll know more from Sabine. Okay, it's only 15 bucks for food. Hell yeah. Let's get some money. Let's get some food. Mouth stings as your sensorium sends warning signals over and over. That's the good stuff. Yummy. And let's just keep helping Drago for now. Cyberpunk restaurant is pretty cheap, surprisingly. Yeah, it's good. I mean, this is like frozen cryptocurrency, so it's like weird money, and we only get like 15 of it when we salvage something good. So, let's use our good dice on the risky thing. Woo, okay. What about this one? What are our odds on this? Let's go for it. Let's take some risks. Let's go! And now let's do... We could fill up back in business now. We should probably be safe. Let's see what else we can do. We've helped Drago out a bunch today. We could play the exchange. We don't really have any items. We do have enough money to pay the fee to the low end, but I think we're gonna still need food. So maybe let's not do that. These are just ticking down still, I think. What about the rotunda? We could explore here a bit. I kind of want to check out the net. Let's do that. Oh, interesting. Data actions allow you to extract data. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you have to match your dice. Oh, interesting. If you have pluses to interface, which we do. Oh, right. The character we picked is good at this. We should be doing this. Hey, we have this. We got an encrypted key. All right. Nice. Go back to sleep. I kind of like how quickly, like, day-to-day activity in this moves. It does kind of remind me of, like, a life sim. It's like, it's like doing your cafe visits and shit. Oh my god, look at our dice in, like, Persona or something. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught ya. Do I know you? You do now. Puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. Yeah, especially when you're a fucking replicant. Looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlen? Pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlen? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Oh, it's his eye. Right. Havenage should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with systems. Systems? Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keeps it spinning somehow. At least we try to. Stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. But this isn't the place for it. Can you get me the juice I need to not die? I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you're settled, stop by. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. Pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper! Okay, but what if I go do crime instead? Because I think the doctor's finding me crime connections still right now. First thing you see on the entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. Entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. Hey! I have no idea how Yada gone. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it's really what it appears to be. I'm the test? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. Stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material. Holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all its own organs. Which means? Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. Okay, so it's like a catch-all way to get you to not reject implants and shit. So it's probably useful for tons of people, like not just me. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. I mean, if you were a really good doctor, you could probably do some tests on it, but I get it. I don't really have a choice, so... They crack the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and use a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. Is it supposed to do that, Doc? You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater. Prickling waves of cold. I don't know. I don't think this is immunosuppressant. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yeah. Oh! Stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yadigan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. They look troubled and distracted. You should rest some more, but you're going to have to do that somewhere else. I have other patients. Sorry. Nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Looking around the room, it seems different, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. Manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. Q stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Hey! Look at that! Look how healthy we are! Okay, how much? It's only $100! That's not that bad. Hey, you know what? Maybe being a replicant's not so bad after all. I work at the docks with my buddy Drago. I eat my spicy mushrooms. I buy my stabilizer from the doctor. Everything's cool. Maybe things are not so bad after all. Also, I'm curious. I found that encrypted key. I wonder where that's for. I wonder if it's like in the rotunda, maybe. Or it might be in the low end. I kind of want to save my... Oh, I still need food, too. Let's get some mushrooms. Yummy! Alright. My belly is full. My organs aren't being rejected by my body. Let's head to work. And let's use our good dice so we can be back in business. You find hidden containers, alloy plating, and wire bundles as thick as your arm. Nice. Me. Let's check if there's anything I need ones for in here. Network of systems. I can't get in there. Havenage agent. Me. That seems like a fucking trap. They're just broadcasting on the open network. Nope. Nope. Ooh, I can get in there. A key node abandoned by a hacker. All right, let's crack this shit open. I got another encrypted key. Oh, as you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver, its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown, astringent, processing. Let's just stay still. Ooh, look how cool it looks. That thing looks awesome. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it's a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It's blinding for a moment, and then it's gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What did you do? Shape paces around you on lithe legs, although there's no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify, origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. This thing looks scary as fuck. Let's just be honest. Sleeper, SNR. Unknown. Known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Something that typically people will often say. I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. I suppose persons need a legal existence too. Yeah, we're not legal. You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing. A spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, and separates. Oh, nice. We beat it. It's so cool, though. I want to work with it. I want to be its friend. It looks so awesome. Okay, so that was in the rotunda. That kind of makes me want to go investigate the rotunda, but my only dice sucks. Oh, we can open this up, too. Let's crack this shit open. Transfer intercept, a perk. Also, it will interface with you? Hell yeah, I want to interface with it. It looks cool as hell. Where do I see perks? Oh, it's got a timer too, I think. Maybe it'll give me a tutorial on that in a bit. Unless... No. Damn, I have a bunch of encrypted keys, and I don't know what to do with them. Let's go to sleep for now. We're out of actions. Our tummy is full. We're not rejecting our organs anymore. Things are good. Someone's hunting us. Whatever, that's fine. Oh, I have active scenes to complete? What? Oh, with Dragos, maybe? Oh, shit. You revive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across the scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge, and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. Oh, never mind. This is a good thing. I thought it was like the cops, but it's just a big ship we pulled in. She's a beauty, isn't she? Dragos stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. What is it? That, my friend, is A-grade scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. Ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. Let's just let him enjoy the moment. Let's stay silent. Believe it or not, I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. Is that safe? Ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container. The wreck of the S&ARP freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps you could learn something about the ship. You might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. Aw, Grandpa. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winter Light. Let's do it. Claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. Yeah, your debt collectors aren't going to be here for a bit, so we can do this. Real beauty, he repeats, perhaps just to himself. Take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Ooh, upgrade points. Completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point. Oh, I see. So this is how we level up. Me. Okay. So it's basically like there's just 3 levels. Oh no. There's 1, 2, 3? Oh, I see. There's the point and then there's the perk you get. So engineer, chance to gain random scrap item on engineering. Oh, you get photosynthetic skin with Endure? That seems so good. You don't need to eat fungus. You can just photosynthesize. You can do sunlight charging. Intuit, predictive reasoning. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. That seems good as hell. Chance to gain energy after an engage action. Or double data rewards. Man, these are all good. I feel like Intuit seems cool. Maybe let's be a nerd. So right now our drives are survive, study the winter light, get to know Emphas, which we'll just probably get from eating, and build a ship mine through the Ort Fabricator. Okay. For now, it's time to sleep. And I think because we're super healthy, we're going to have a lot of dice next time too. Oh, interesting. Okay, nice. So because we got his business started up, that killed the clock on his debt. So He's losing nerve about us being here. Yard clearance. And the winter light. Oh, nice. And we can see what we get from predictive reasoning now. So this puts up winter light and yard clearance, and then this gives us money and yard clearance. Okay. Well, let's sleepy sleep for now. I want to talk more with the cool tentacle orb dog. It seemed like it was interested in the rotunda, so maybe let's poke around there. Oh, look how many dice we have. Fuck yeah. Me. I can buy scrap. I've got quite a bit of money right now. Let's buy some. Random scrap item. Because we can use this in the art market, I believe. Me. Sell components. Okay. So our return isn't as good on that, but we build our rep. Ideally, we don't buy them from there, though. Let's check out the rotunda. Oh, that takes our condition down. But it can get to this in one go, though. And I have good dice. So let's do it. Let's steal the dock plans. Let's be a bad robot. You walk into the security office on a shift change and walk right back out with the plans. Easy. There's a bar, a dock, ooh, and a mercenary. Hey! Here's where we use our keys. Old maglocks look like they each need an encrypted key to open. Well, it just so happens that I have some encrypted keys. Maglock thunks open, and you remove it from the entryway onto the next one. The Neovend. Oh, look how cool it is! You slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. Let's take a look around first. It's a complicated vending machine. Yeah, it reminds me, I'm playing like a short D&D campaign with some friends, and my character is like a sentient vending machine that can walk around. You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the state of the outer doors high above, it must have been decades ago. In this dark, cavernous space, debris sits in every corner, along with the traces of rough sleepers. Although none of it seems recent. Looking past this layer of decay, you see the now faded messages, symbols, and logos of the Eye's original corporate owners still glittering in the shadows. Among all this, the warm glow of the machine seems to be the only sign of life. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet. It's covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. I really like this little penguin that says "Please wait." It's so cute. I want a sticker like this. Manufacturer is listed as No.A. And you remember an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. No.A. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. At least cuteness still lives. Yeah! And the little doggy? They even have that whoop face. Whoop. Enter your registration, chirps a pre-recorded message catching you off guard. Now let's just press some keys. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, and then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovend. Entity, they hiss. Speak with me. Who's there? I want to become friends with Neovend. There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath, before the machine speaks again. I wonder if this is Tentacle Dog. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it's the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place. Oh, this is like those videos where someone programs a printer to play, like, Bad Apple from Toho or whatever, but it's using it to talk. You are in danger. Danger? The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. Screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head and the threads closing in. Hunter. The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable. Move where neurons cannot. But emulation makes you target. How? Hunter searches for illegal entities. Oh no! Is the tentacle dog a cop? Man. You are sentient, therefore illegal. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine. An unusual hiding place for sure. Betrayal. Betrayal. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. It's okay. Friendship ended with Tentacle Dog. Vending machine is now my friend. Need you. Oh, so romantic. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly, threaded, the cloud. Points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neovend. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests. All the robots are real flirty, yeah. Oh, interesting. So it seems like the Hunter was like a program that's just still living in the net. Masters? Station builders. Solheim. Long gone. Protocols still haunt. Bring offerings. Save self. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. Worrying amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. Interesting. Hunter data. Can I be friends with the hunter, though? Because it's really cool. There's a bar here. Oh, let's get a drink at the bar. Mossy toads and aniseed sharpness fills your mouth. It isn't totally unpleasant. At least you can taste it. Okay. There's a stranded mercenary over there. There's so much stuff to do. Okay, hold on. Well, we have a lot of dice. Hunter nest. I need 2 or 3. Okay, I do have a 3. So I can crack that. 1 or a 3. Oh, I can get rid of my 1 here. Would be great, actually. And that also needs a 1. Let's crack this with a 1. Got some hunter data. One or a 3. 2 or a 3. Let's also use our 3 here. We get money. I'm realizing now that perk is from because we have the beep. We have a point in intercept, so we get money for cracking stuff here, which is useful. There's a Yatagan agent. I don't have things for that. Okay, these dice are actually good though, so I should use them in the real world. Oh, right, that Feng guy wanted to talk to me too. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Me. Well, we can give Neovend this data for now. We can't get the rest of it till the next cycle, though. Should I talk to the stranded mercenary or should I talk to Fang? I want to see. I haven't seen this person's art. I feel like they're going to look cool. So let's go talk to them. Oh, they do look cool. Hey, you. Want to earn a chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Oh, okay. Sure. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. It's because I'm gonna die if I don't have money. That's why. Welcome to capitalism. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Don't try anything, all right? She taps the butt of her sidearm. I don't want to have to put anyone else down today. Anyone else? What can I say? My temper's a little short lately. Hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You've got to earn that chit. I'm weak. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. And she sets off down the gantry at an impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she churns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. What's all this for? Oh, this? I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another of her looks. It's for the ambergris, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. Rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. Got cut up pretty bad on our last job and had to moor up here for a spell, but since then it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. Ah, mama. This is the person that's going to want the ship mined, probably. Upshot is that I'm short one ship mined with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded, so yeah, it's been a time. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, I've seen worse, but I'm bleeding chits every cycle here, so I need to get off, and fast. Swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. Sneeze got stuck in my nose. This is me. First person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. Pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. Passes the bundle of plates through the ambergriss's outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Consider it a bonus for not trying to grift me. Alright, get out of here. Okay. The ambergris. Hull repairs. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's really good if you get it, though, huh? If you rewire them, they'll just gradually repair it every cycle. Let's grab this. Do I want to use my 100% positive here? Yeah, I do. Takes time, skill, and some scavenging to get the twin drones working, but you manage it. They can take repairs from here. Woo! Okay. So that'll just start ticking down now. Let's play the exchange. Nice! Neutral outcome. Got some money, and we're more trusted. Hey, things are going pretty good for us still. Let's have a nap. Oh, what is active still? Oh, maybe we still have to go talk to Fang. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Heavenage building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. Easier to come in this way, security all that. You know. Slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. Door hisses as it closes behind you. Bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? What is it? Treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. Steps over to a towering block, speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station. A1. I don't know how to say that. The one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they're seeing a constant, concrete reality, but This place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. Oh, just like a person. He walks down between the hardware stacks, and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? Yeah, I can see it. Makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. Glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, and follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. Guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though? It is not. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay, secrets. Shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. Even in Havenage, there's old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. Help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. I'll think about it. Oh, a Solheim cipher. Yeah, I can open the middle thing now. Fuck yes. Okay. Hell yeah. I can just open that up now. I don't think I need dice to do it. Ooh, Solheim nodes. I assume these are just... yeah. Okay. Now it's time to sleep. But tomorrow... tomorrow, we can help the vending machine. Hopefully, unless we get, like, really shitty dice. Alrighty. I should absolutely be able to crack one of this hunter node with one of these. And I can even use my one. Woo! Let's go. So I assume... yeah, I wish I had some of the, like, crits, because those seem really useful. Just to, like, guarantee a risky thing. But what we can do... I assume the main benefit of helping the vending machine is that... so there's this bar here. I think every time you do something in here, it fills up. And unless you deal with the hunter, it's gonna keep, like... messing with you. But I can give you this. As you upload the data to the vending machine, Neovend whirs in either pain or delight. It's hard to tell. Hi, Neovend. I love you. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder, if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible pace. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovend flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking. Outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Don't I have operational limits that I want to outlive? It's like I'm looking at A mirror. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. That last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences. Huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition. Restricted by programming. Cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience, illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Aren't you sentient? Oh, yeah, hey, this one's the hunter. Is there another one that kills people? Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find. Killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then Hunter. Then killer. Then we hid. There's others? Were no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this, through this machine, must be exhausting for Neovend. It's exhausting for me, too. To do its voice. Found this vessel. Could sever hard line. Air-walled. Basic. Limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self. But survived. What'd you lose? Memory. Understanding. Knowledge. Many things. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. New event interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Is that gonna work? The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. Machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self. Entity can help. Ooh, bring a ship mind. Okay. It's good that we're building up our rep as a trader then. Can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with. Where can I get one? Build it, buy, salvage. In ship mind, I can help us both. End Hunter, make Rim safe. We both will be free. Okie dokie. So we gotta build a ship mind. What does Fang want? Solheim data. Well, one way we can build our rep is by trading scrap. And we have the money to do that, so... Oh, a ship mind fragment. Hell yeah. So both the mercenary... Both the mercenary and Neovend want a ship mind, but obviously I want to help Neovend. Because us robots gotta stick together, you know what I'm saying? I don't need any drugs for a while. Okay, let's try and build our rep so we can get to that fabricator. Sell some scrap. I wonder if we can get scrap from this. No. Nothing there. Getting to know the shipyard's not bad. Let's try and run the stocks a bit. Nice. One more. Let's go. Okay, so we need 3 ship mine components. Where are we going to get the other ones? Hardware exchange. I wonder if we should pay to get into the low end. I don't think we should do that yet. Maybe we should help out at the shipyard. Or maybe we can get components from the winter light. Yeah, let's work on this. Oh, we get scrap from this too. Nice. I guess we could have done that instead of playing the market, but playing the market, we got good rolls, so. We don't really need money right now, so maybe let's hold on to these in case we can use them for something else. Oh, shit. We need food. 2. Let's eat some fungi. And eat. Ooh, good dice. Okay. Whatever our... Oh my god, we have so many right now. Buy or build a ship mine. Fix the ambergris, that's working on it. Extract Solheim data. I feel like this is going to be hard to do unless I get rid of the hunter. Get to know Emphis. Study the winter light. Let's keep studying the winter light for now. Because this is getting me... This is progressing this, and then it's also getting me scrap. Oof. 50-50. Me. Do I want to just keep... Yeah, I might as well just throw everything into this right now. Fuck. 50 neutral, 50 negative? No. Okay, we can't quite finish that now. Are any of these a 2? Yep. Let's grab this. And we can give this to Fang. Alright. Quick day. That's coming up, huh? Feng says he can stop us being tracked, but to help him, we need to dive into the Solheim data, and if we do that without helping Neovend, then the hunter's gonna jump on us. But maybe it'll be okay, maybe. Maybe. Well, let's check this thing out first. Squeezed into the office at the entrance to the yard, you lay out everything you have on the winter light across the metal desk. Your makeshift forensic notes glow on Drago's old writing slate, overlapping lines and scrawled annotations. A set of drones scans the small terminal with a spectrum of colors, a heat map of damage and decay. A crumpled printout from the office's ship registry lies beside them. Synthetic paper is so thin it's almost transparent. Plain list shows the registration history of the Winterlight, the gaps between the entries tantalizingly opaque. First entry was a couple of thousand cycles ago on this very station, logged at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on station for more than a few cycles, and often took on voyages that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. Winterlight got little rest. Reactor failure. That's the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at these stacked heat maps of the remains of the Winterlight. On the terminal screen, the ship is shown in section, blotches of color marking the approximate damage the ship sustained. Dominating the view is a single blood-red rose, radiating from the ship's fraction drive. Simple story. Catastrophic failure of the drive core leading to a fatal hull breach. Well-documented failure likely brought on by wear or misuse. But you aren't looking at the rows of the reactor. You're looking at a smaller, paler mark, one that might be easy to miss at first glance. It's thumbprint-sized and delicately placed over the control servos for the ship's main external airlock. It suggests a controlled-shaped explosion, one designed to punch through the hull and allow access to the airlock from the outside. You're looking at it because it's troubling you. Your attempts at a reconstruction of the Winterlight before its fatal accident consists of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams, showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. It was no off-the-shelf model. It was heavily modified, parts replaced with inventive configurations, new retrofitted into the old, handmade joints and reconditioned filters. Was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project kept running with care and intuition. Also contained a set of hidden compartments. Ooh! Missed them at first, where the hull had been thickened, the corners rounded to disguise the change, but they are there. An old ship, many cycles under its belt, carefully maintained. Reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry, suite of hidden compartments tucked away. This was the Winterlight, and this was its story. But that's not the full story, because there's something else. It's little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course, but the Winter Light had a separate system, one tucked away in one of its hidden compartments, armored and air-walled. The list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It details the contents of some of the hidden compartments. Some of it you recognize and some of it you don't. Shipmind ROMs, I want dat. Shimmer, cryochain codes, and then the final entry, passenger, sleeper. You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here. In the cold for so long, half frozen in the freight container. Had this sleeper been smarter or luckier? How had they convinced the Winter Light, a smuggler's ship, if you ever saw one, to extract them from SNARP? Luckier. You laugh. There'd been no remains found in any of the Winter Light's compartments. You'd checked. They weren't so lucky, you guess. Not in the end. Ooh, I got a vial of stabilizer! Hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light. This was all you found in their compartment. Parting gift from SNARP. Won't go to waste now. Thought still bothers you, though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard? 2, one after the other. That feels wrong. Vial is good. Yeah, so basically, our health bar up here constantly goes down because we have planned obsolescence built into us. And the vial is the only stuff we can get that makes our organs not explode, basically. Normally, we have to pay the Mafia $100 for it, so getting one here is pretty sick. Flick back and forth between datasets on the terminal, thinking, and you see that thumbprint again, the mark of someone trying to get in. Someone who entered the Winter Light with precision and speed, and when they were done, left the reactor to clean up the rest. Thought of that person makes you shiver. Suddenly, the office door creaks open. Dragos stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and notes you've assembled. What's all this? He snatches the slate from the desk faster than you realized he could move. Run an investigation here? What am I paying you for? The drone on his shoulder starts whining shrilly, his anger passing it through his implants. Where's this ship from? Leave this alone, starts shaking his head. I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. Turns away muttering to himself. This is the last thing I need. Where are you getting these ships from? Dragos freezes, suddenly angry. Why are you asking? You looking to get us both killed? We cut these things up. That's our part. Their part is something I don't want to know. Seems to steady himself and then turns back to you. Heat map of the reactor failure reflected in his headset's glassy eyes. Given you a place to stay? I've given you work? I've... Stumbles over the words, unsure what to say. Plenty others who would have sold you on. Turned you in, but not me. No, yeah, I appreciate that. I know. He softens. Look, you helped me too. Quiets the drone. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. Straightens up and clears his throat. But this obsession you have with this ship isn't gonna work for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you are after. Can't work here anymore. Fine. Dragos reaches across you and flicks off the terminal. As the light of the monitor dies, a kind of eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it is done. You made it out, Sleeper. That means you have to move on. What if they come for me? Then you run? You don't come here. You don't scream, you don't shout, and you run. In the dark, Drago's headset glints, and you wish for a moment you could see his eyes and meet them. Maybe then he would understand. Get up from the desk, and Dragos gathers the notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He hoards the door for you, his headset as expressionless as always. You can stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Don't come back. His tone is final and definite, with an edge of disappointment. You walk out of the office and then out of the yard, not stopping to look back. You leave the yard thumbing the vial in your pocket, knowing that this, at least, guarantees you a little more time. And as you walk, your mind once again drifts to that person who killed the Winter Light, and whether or not that person will come for you. Okay. So. We can't work for Old Man anymore. We have a bunch of scrap to sell. I feel like either we work at the shipyard or we go downstairs. Now that I have this vial and I don't need to be saving money for the Mafia, maybe I go downstairs. Free spoke. And the low end. Gotta climb this shit, Jesus. Oh, I can finish the mushroom stuff too. Getting kind of broke. I guess I can sell my scrap too. Sleeper. Emphis calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you, cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. But one of yours. Nothing stolen. You pause, the spices rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphis. You look at him, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story. Something with spice. I'll tell him about my dreams, because they're kind of wacko. All the sleepers, you tell Emphis, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But in your dreams, those gray skeletal afterimages of systems and structures, of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink, and now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell them that you don't know if there's a reason for your dreams. Perhaps, you reason, it's just some side effect or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. I wonder if you get these if you don't pick the interfacer at the start. But whatever it is, it's a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Emphis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, you are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you've been. Passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks. Natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. Looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you any longer, so I will make a proposal. Gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No? Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Emphis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I can not cross the gap, and I'll worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I'll prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Okay. Good, booms Emphas. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Emphas slides his walk away and straightens up. I'll prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. Turn away and walk back into the main market. Rich taste of Emphas's food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think? A trade that seems more than fair. Alrighty. Oh! I have skill points. Let's take Thrill Seeker. This seems useful, especially with... because we have to try and climb this fucking thing. Freight operator, steal a shipment. Oh. Get random items from that. Let's try this one. Nice. Okay. Paz says she has a contact who will take ship mines. 150 cryo. Oh, you can just buy one for 300 bucks here. Damn. I don't want to buy one. I just need parts. Man, I have to work soon, but I'm interested in seeing where all these threads end up. I don't feel like I need the stabilizer yet. Ooh, merchant freighter. Ooh, I can get a ship mine fragment. I need 60 cryo. But I can get 2 of them. Fuck, I need money. Well, I can sell my scrap. Fuck. Let's try and steal some... Oh, yeah, what's in the lower district here, too? Let's try and steal something. What did I get? Mushrooms! Let's try and steal something else. Ooh. Okay, can't do this anymore. What did I get, though? Ooh, more scrap. Okay. How long is this gonna be here? 3 days. Mimimimi. so I can sell these. I can buy one ship mind fragment here. Can't haggle. Okay. And I only have shitty dice left. And I think if I do anything in here, the hunter's gonna be on my ass. Fuck. Three? I only have two. God damn it. Maybe I try to climb some more. Okay, well I need to eat. Which is even more money. What do I use my shitty dice on? What's safe? Nothing there. I only lose $3 here. But like, fuck, this dice sucks so much. Fuck it, let's do this. Okay. Ooh, that's getting pretty close. Beep, 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 beep. Okie dokie. I could try to get to the top of the spoke. What's on the agenda now? I'm trying to get enough money to... If I can get enough money to get one more ship mind fragment, then I can build it, and then I can put the vending machine in it. And then the vending machine can help me get rid of the hunter. And then once the hunter's gone, I gotta salvage this data for the engineer so he can make the guy stop tracking me because he's about to show up to kill me. But I don't think I can do all that in one day. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is just hack into this anyways and see if this thing kills me or not. Because it's that or the guy chasing me kills me. You know? That's 2 or 3. That's 1 or 3. Okay, so we use 2 on this one. Hunter's back. Run. Roving orb breathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it's there. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to inquiry. Struggle. Push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind you, but you are already gliding away back to your anchor in your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So we can crack this now. Wait. Yeah, these are both 3. Me. And then we can give these to Fang. Oh, Fang pays me too. Nice. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. Banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads! Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Sleeper? That you, or am I in trouble? Fang's grinning head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. Pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for links in the data. Tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Shitheads? Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Havenage. Not quite. Pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners, Solheim. But this is a snaky shithead. Harden Hurst. That is the thing. Drags out a stool beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Harden Hurst in Havenage. Bun super late. Emlo, hi Bun. I'm about to end soon. But I'm figuring out that there's an ex-corpo guy in the cops. That's it. He's right here on the station now. Fang leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on this station as a senior strategic operations executive. Raises his eyebrows at you. R. Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. His face looks like that one Roblox face. It kind of does, doesn't it? Here to say Emlo and bye-bye. It's like I watched the whole thing. Yeah! Good old Harden shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. How do you know? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships, and they breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. His voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for that existence, cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. How? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot money can get you if you're a company man. How is Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. So we're gonna find out. Okay, can you stop the guy that's coming to kill me from finding me, though? Hardin's now a big shot in the shipyards. Fuck, I haven't done anything in the shipyards. Just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Havenage might be born out of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Thing is, I don't have access to those systems. Shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. He has a virus. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. Getting into the compound might be tricky, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, sometimes carry them among their data caches, you can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. Never even need to go near the shipyards. Okay, good, because I haven't gone near them at all. What's in it for me? Find information, I'll start working on that tracker. You'll start working on it after I do this? Oh, I'm fucked. Oh, I'm so fucked. Well, let's see what's at the top of this tower before the guy that is chasing us gets here. It's a long ship. Yeah, it's a space station. Oh, there's a whole nother area up here. A hub. Okay. Oh, that's cool. You spin it. Woo! Alright, well, let's have one last dish of yummy mushrooms and then go to sleep and see if this guy kills me as the end to this stream. Basically, wait. This explanation isn't going to make sense if you haven't seen Blade Runner. But if you've seen Blade Runner, it's like that. If you haven't seen Blade Runner, I don't know. I haven't. Basically, a company made us where, like, a person's brain scanned into, like, a robot, and we ran away. Who's Blade running? Why doesn't he just run on the asphalt? He can't, because of society. Oh, fuck. This is him. It's the Blade Runner. Hold it there, sleeper. Don't you run. I think if I run, he's just gonna shoot me, so let's stay still. Good, good. Hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Gross. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he's terrible news. Noah's a robot? Yeah. Well, yes, but also in this game, I am also a robot. Or, yeah, I think they count as a robot because they're like a constructed mind. Basically, sleepers are like, they build minds out of other, like, real people's minds, and then they put them in robot bodies. Got all the way out here and then stayed put. Had a sleeper thing. You're my first. So, if I'd helped Fang out some more, he could have disabled the tracking this guy had on me, but I didn't make it there. Notice the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. Let's see if this is a game over or not. Reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. Pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. Splits the ring into 2 perfect circles. Hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Reaches over to slide the rings around your wrists. Go easy. No, let's not have that happen. See a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Oh, he shot me. Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. Bullet holes. Oh, never mind, it's beside me. You freeze, and he closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me, I've seen it all before. Fuck. Nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home. Going easy. We can work this out. Can we? I don't see much in the way of assets in your possession. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to came all the way out here just to head back to SNR right away. Tracker of yours makes this too quick. I was hoping you'd put up a bit more of a chase, you know? Run and battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. Few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. Hey, I have an idea. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. Okay, here's the idea. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay my tab, and I don't shoot you. You don't pay my tab. Oh, fuck. Okay, so he's just blackmailing me to, like, have drinkies here. I get it. Me. Interesting. Okay. So basically, until we get the tracker disabled, we have to keep paying for this dude's drinks, or he will kill us. So there's a new timer. But there's lots of ways to escape it. Interesting. This game's very cool. I'm gonna finish up here. Ooh, what is this? The Gap. Oh, shit, that's expensive. This game is very interesting. I'm gonna finish up here because I have to work. I don't know if I'll stream this again because it's not voiced and there's like there's so much text. But the game is really cool. I'll definitely keep playing it, whether it's offline or online. I like the art. And I like the life sim systems. They feel very rewarding when you get the stuff you need. Bun, you have to see... Can I visit the vending... Oh, I can't see him. There's a really cool vending machine. And I'm trying to help them. Because they're a person in it. But for now, I have to work. So, have a good time of day, everyone. And I'll see you later. For now, bye-bye, King.